Welcome back to Takeout. Welcome to the Conversation Corner. You know I love to hang out here. Lionel Messi's magic, well, it just continues at the World Cup. He led Argentina to a 3-2 comeback win over Egypt. All three of Argentina's goals came near the end of the match. How near? The last 13 minutes, okay? Argentina now headed to the quarterfinals. U.S. men's national team not headed to the quarterfinals because, well, they lost 4-1 to Belgium, and it wasn't even that close. CBS Sports Golazo host and MLS commentator Chris Wittyngham joins me now. Chris, great to have you on the program. U.S. men's national team was a feel-good story. Was it ever to you a feel-real story?
You know what? It was. I'll be honest. I was hoodwinked. I was hoodwinked into thinking that the U.S. could make a legitimate run in this tournament. I thought yesterday going into the game that Belgium were there for the taking. There was a lot of internal strife in that camp going into the game. They benched their three best players going into the game, which was a big call from their manager. Worked out perfectly. They were absolutely fantastic. I actually went to the game in Seattle and was fairly crestfallen with what I saw over the course of the 90 minutes. But yeah, it felt real to me, Major. But yet, here we are, another round of 16 exit and another existential crisis in the world of U.S. soccer.
Chris, watching it on television, it looked to me as if Belgium was intense and focused and on a mission. And I wonder if you believe atmospherically in any way the red card controversy and the switcheroo by FIFA contributed to that.
It's hard to know because obviously we're not in the minds of the players. We don't know what it was like inside that locker room. And we frankly don't know what it was like inside the Belgium locker room, although we have a pretty decent idea on the evidence of their goal celebrations, which include the now famous Trump dance. And also after the game when their social media team put out a tweet that said, "Overturn this." So this very clearly was sort of the rallying cry of the camp over the course of the last 48 hours. And yeah, it may well have backfired, but we don't really know because honestly, the performance that we saw from the United States to a man, every single player on the pitch was well below the level that we had seen before. And I don't know if that's a confidence thing, if that's a controversy thing, if the moment was too big for them, if the pressure got too big, or they just all happened to be bad at the same time. But almost from the word go, every single player was significantly worse than what we'd seen so far from them at this World Cup. And it was shocking to watch.
Chris, you mentioned pressure. It's hard to calculate how much pressure the World Cup brings to the shoulders of participating players. But Lionel Messi seems to take it in stride every single World Cup and did so again this afternoon. Talk about that.
Yeah, he was just absolutely incredible. And it was at the most desperate moment. It's one of the greatest things to watch in sports, no matter the sport that you love, is desperate champions. And that was Argentina at its absolute best, and Messi as an individual at his absolute best. There's 15 minutes left to go in the game. It's been an incredibly controversial game. Egypt have nicked a couple goals on the counterattack. You're 2-0 down, and that would have been an embarrassing elimination for them. And yet, they go out there, and Messi first puts in an absolutely inch-perfect cross right onto the forehead of the attacker to get the opening goal. Then he himself, profiting off of a bouncing ball in the area, lashes one in for the second, and then he's not involved in the third one, but they get one before the end of the 90 minutes, which was frankly shocking in terms of where they were in the game. I think at one point there were 20-1 live underdogs to go and advance to the next round. And so here they are, now winners of the game in the 90 minutes. The thing is, though, I guess in the overall is that this Argentina team looks a little flawed, but how much does that matter when you have this guy, number 10, who is 39 years old, but is still delivering at a ludicrously high level, as he does, we see it week in, week out in Major League Soccer for Inter Miami. We see that guy, and here he is delivering it in the World Cup stage.
Even when Messi's not involved, he's involved. Chris Wittyngham, thank you very much.